Hi guys, welcome to week 8. I wanted to hop on and give you a quick overview, and I also want to make sure there are some important connections that you're making in the content of the course. We are finishing up the top strand of Scarborough's reading rope, depending on which model you look at, but let me show you the one I have to share with you. So we are finishing up the word recognition strand. We've talked about phonological awareness, we've talked about decoding and phonics skills, we've talked about being automatic in recognizing words after children have learned to decode them, and all of those pieces come together to create fluent readers. So the fluency module that we're doing this week really is wrapping up this top portion of the rope, and then next week we're going to move into the language comprehension portion of the rope. Let's take a look over in Blackboard at your folder this week. If you looked at it earlier, I apologize. It was a mess. I thought I had it organized, and I did not. So I apologize if you did see it earlier. This week you are doing a general observation of the classroom again. Fluency is difficult to observe because a lot of times fluency practice might be done more individually or in small groups, and it might make up a smaller amount of instructional time. If you see fluency in the classroom, I think or fluency practice in the classroom, I think that's great. I think if you talk to the teacher you're observing about it, they might be able to fit that in for you, but otherwise, kind of think about all the things that you learned about before and reflect on those as you observe this week. You are reading Chapter 7. There are a couple of videos here that have some different strategies that will help with practicing fluency, reading poetry, and then this is a good fluency lesson to observe. You're doing the fluency module in Reading Rockets, and as a part of that, you are going to submit a student growth plan along with your certificate of completion in Journal 9, which is in the assignments folder. I have given you a video that demonstrates how to calculate fluency, how to monitor fluency. This is really an instructional video for parents, but it's something that you can use since you're going to put this skill to practice this week. And here is a video of a child reading a fluency passage, and I have provided the passage for you. So what you need to do is you need to print this passage or pull it up on a separate digital device like a e-reader or a tablet along with while you are watching this video, or you can pull it up on your computer and watch the video on your phone, however it works best for you. But you want to be able to access the passage to see which words are read correctly while you're listening to the video, and you're going to submit your fluency analysis and growth plan for this student in the assignments folder this week. So you don't have a discussion board this week. You are doing that fluency course module and submitting your action plan for Luke, who is in the video. And then, of course, your phonics mini lessons are due this week. I am around and available if you need any help with that. The phonics mini lessons are an activity that I often get a lot of questions about. So feel free to reach out and set up a time for us to talk. Remember, you are not necessarily doing, or you're not doing these lessons with children. You're just planning for them and sharing them with me via video. You're not even posting your videos to discussion board this week. You're just sending the videos directly to me. So you shouldn't be too nervous about that. And it's also important that I'm going to be really looking for how you model that I do, we do, you do strategy for teaching as you present these phonics mini lessons in your video, and there are 3 of those. One thing I want to be clear about is when you choose whichever phonics skill you're practicing, make sure you're the master of that skill, that you've read about it, you've researched it, you understand what the skill is, because I'm going to be very observant of whether or not your activity really reinforces the skill you have chosen for your mini lesson. So be sure to do that. here is the spot where you're going to submit your classroom observation logs. And I do want to take just a minute to talk about classroom observation logs and talk about the lab hours in this class and the weekly observations. I've been getting a lot of emails about people that aren't able to complete their lab hours on the week assigned. I try to be flexible, and I will allow you to make up observation hours, but it is your responsibility to be sure I know that you're making up the hours and that you have clearly noted on your documentation what week the hours you are submitting relate to, okay? So yes, you will have a 0 in the grade book if you don't submit your lab hours for that week, if you don't submit your observation log. You can go back and resubmit it. The dates may not align, but your hours need to be there, and the topic that you observe needs to align with whatever topic was assigned that week. So you've got to be organized about this. You have a observation guide that gives you an overview of what you should be observing that week. So it should be easy for you to document that. So make sure you're clear in your submission to me what you're observing and what week you're making up if you're making up observation hours. I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys have a great week. I haven't had many one-on-one conversations with you. I'm here for that. I would love to meet with you. And I'd love to set up for another optional class meeting. Nobody showed up last time, but if you'll reach out and let me know what works for you, I will work around your schedule. Hope you have a great week.